Hello and welcome to Remnant 2. Today I'm going to be showing you an explosion build, and I have a lot of fun with it. It's a blast. I've messed around with it in the past and, tweaked it here and there. And so I kind of decided I wanted to do it again, kind of show it to you guys. And as far as builds go, it really feels like it's a fairly easy one to do. There's not a lot that you need to make it work as far as the bare bones of it go. But there is a fair amount of customization as far as what you want to use for the explosions, the other rings and stuff that you can use to kind of really customize what exactly you're doing and things like that. So it's nice. It's nice. But just like any video or build that I do, there's always a chance as far as how Remnant 2 goes, there's always a chance that there's going to be something I have that you don't have, and that's okay. Like I said, it's very flexible. Substitute in what you have and try and make it work to what you are trying to do. And there's also very likely that you're going to have something else that works better. And I'm typically not making the most meta choices or the most optimized choices, so you can definitely go ahead and tweak it for those things if that's really what you're into. Though some of the rings and stuff that I've done today are a little bit more optimized, I think. For the most part, I'm kind of just choosing what I feel like doing. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to touch right on to our rings and amulet to start off with. So the amulet is kind of the key piece of it, and that's a detonation trigger. It's going to increase your explosion damage by 25%, and then the explosions are going to apply burning to your enemies. You can get this on Narud. There's a checkpoint area on a Timeless Horizon, maybe. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. I'll put it in the description. But you can get it there. Very solid. This is the kind of main piece that you're going to want for the build. And then to tie right into that is our first ring. The Blasting Cap Ring increases explosive damage by 10%. Again, we're doing a lot of explosions, so we want to do increased damage with it. And just like I said, though, I'm not necessarily making the most optimized of choices or meta choices. So really, the Blasting Cap Ring, there is a good chance you could probably replace it with something else and have it do just as well. I haven't bothered to do the math on how much that 10% is really adding because I just don't want to do it right now. So, if you're into that, you could totally check it out, see if that 10% is really adding a lot to the explosion damages that you're doing. And so maybe it might be worth it to take something else. But once you get past these first two, you can kind of do whatever you want. I'm going to be using the Stone of Malevolence. It's a really good ring. The ring is just ridiculous. If you're doing any kind of elemental damage and mod ability things, it's just going to reactivate all your mods. It charges them up incredibly quickly, too quickly. We're catching dudes on fire because of our explosions, so this is going to be charging up our mod abilities really well, and that's where we're getting pretty much, not all of our explosive abilities, but a lot of them. So very nice, very good for our build. Singed Ring increases all our damage dealt to burning enemies by 10%. We're catching people on fire, so it kind of makes sense. Again, not necessarily the most optimized choice. And Alumni Ring increases all elemental damage by 10%. That should increase this by a little bit, unless I'm crazy. 627.75. Hey, there it is. We added in about 40 damage from that. So, it's an extra little bit of damage, but some other decent choices. I mean, if we're leaning into the burning aspect, you could go with the Firestone, increasing your fire damage and fire resistance. It adds in a little bit. You could instead really focus in on regenerating or dealing more actual mod damage. So go with a Shard Banded Ring, increasing your mod damage by 12%. You could go with a Spirit Stone, increasing your mod generation by 10%, which honestly, this one is probably the better choice just to make sure we're still spitting out a lot of our explosive mod abilities. So maybe I'll swap to that actually. But once you get past that, then your next main piece that you're going to want are the explosions. So a lot of them are going to come from your basic mod abilities that you can swap around. And a lot of these different mods actually work with the Detonation Trigger Amulet. It's a surprising amount. But I'm only really going to be using a few of them, and I'll kind of touch on them here. The first one I think I'm going to start with is the Helix. It shoots out a helix of missiles. They explode, dealing damage, and those separate out, exploding, catching people on fire, dealing damage. It's fun. I like it. It's got 2 charges. We should be able to charge it up really quickly as well with all our stuff. So that's number 1. Prismatic Driver is pretty sweet. You shoot a laser beam. If you keep it connected on them for long enough, it explodes. That counts. It's kind of fun. It's not super amazing though. It does okay. It does okay. Rotted arrow, you shoot an arrow, it explodes. It's not a ton of explosive damage, but it does explode, so it's going to get increased damage. It's going to catch them on fire, and then that glass cloud that gets left behind is nice too. It's just extra AoE damage, especially when you're dealing with a lot of little guys. Space crabs, I think, technically explodes. Meh, it's not my choice. But then you've got Tremor. This one counts as an explosion, so this is going to be dealing more damage and catching enemies on fire. So if you're dealing with big swarms of guys that are on the ground, Tremor is going to do a great job as well. And there are a couple guns in here that have some explosive properties to them, specifically the Spore Bloom, which was a really good gun. I really liked in the first one. I haven't bothered to upgrade it in this one and really use it. But the Spore Shot explodes and will catch them on fire and stuff like that. Again, Deadly Gas Cloud. Pretty nice. Totally use that one. The Aphelion is definitely another choice. It explodes, deals damage, catches them on fire. So those are two solid choices. For your handguns, just like I said, standard thing where you can choose a bunch of the different mods, but there are a couple that have some explosives in them built into the gun themselves. So you don't actually have to rely on the mod ability in order to trigger explosions. And the first one, and it's going to be the one I start off with, is the Star Shot. Each of the just basic shots with this thing explode, and you'll be able to do a little bit increased damage, catch people on fire. And then its mod ability, Big Bang, is a big explosion. It does a ton of damage. It charges up to 5. It's a good choice. So this will work. Just be careful with your friends and yourself. And then you've got Meridian. This is a grenade launcher, so it shoots off grenades. They explode. That's going to count for our, our build. And then the Screamer mod ability shoots off like a rocket. It explodes. It counts for our deal. Hot Shot, the explosive shot, I'm pretty sure counts because it explodes. But the last time I tried to use it, hitting enemies with it was really temperamental. And I don't know if it was just me, the zone I was in. I don't really know. It was kind of iffy. It wasn't working super great for me. So, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does count. Maybe, I don't know. You guys want to tell me or tell everybody else in the comments? Do it. Now, once you get past there, because a lot of our explosive abilities are coming from mods, and I'm leaning into that, using the Stone of Malevolence, the Spirit Stone and stuff, it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to be running Archon as my primary one, because we're going to start generating mod power just naturally. So this is going to allow us to pump out a lot of mod abilities for those explosions. Now, obviously, you don't need this to make the build work. In the past, I didn't use this. I relied on basic good gunplay using the Meridian and just grenade launchers, and then just generating mod power just naturally through gunplay and the different abilities that you can have depending on whatever archetype you want to run. But today, running Archon, we're going to have that working for us. I'm also running Alchemist because I haven't been using it a lot, and so I felt like using it. Plus, the Elixir of Life is pretty nice. I've been off my game the past week, so having a nice little fail-safe pick-me-back up is really good. As far as the runes go on my Relic, you could, again, lean hard into some of the mod ability things. I decided to go a little more defensive. I just went with max health and some armor and stuff. But if you are feeling safe, lower difficulties, anything like that, go ahead and put on some more damage, dude. Just put things in that are going to increase your elemental damage, mod generation, mod damage, stuff like that. For traits, you can kind of do whatever you want in a way. There's two in particular I'm going to touch on, right? The first one is Kinship. If you're playing with friends, you're going to want Kinship. It's going to reduce your friendly fire damage dealt and received. So if you have friends going out there with you, don't blow them up. Run some Kinship. And if you're having a lot of issues like I have in the past and you're blowing yourself up, run Kinship so you don't blow yourself up. Because, man, it feels bad when you're doing really well and then you accidentally just completely explode things in your face. It's really unfortunate. The second one I'll talk about is Amplitude. I've run Amplitude in the past. It is a lot of fun. Just being able to increase the explosive radius of your explosions. A lot of fun. Really enjoyable. If you are going to use Amplitude, run Kinship. Because you will blow yourself up so much more easily. You will catch all your teammates way more easily. So those are the two things I would touch on. Other than that, I have a bunch of some defensive things. Vigor, Fortify, Bark Skin. I've got some points of Endurance, things in Untouchable. Put some points in Regrowth. I've also got some things in Siphoner, though I hadn't been running it a lot lately. So, we'll see how it feels. And the last thing, Armor. I just have on the Void Carapace because I like it. It's not necessarily the best choice, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it a little differently this time as far as like the gameplay goes, because been working on the story again so I can get some more items. And I'm currently at a boss, so that's where we're going to start off the video, is right with a boss fight. Hopefully I can do better today than the last time I went on with it, because I died over and over and over and over again and was getting very frustrated. It's been a long week. So when we go into this fight, I have on the root water, increasing some more regeneration. The main reason I'm doing that, this boss has empathy. I've been taking a lot of hits, and I don't want to use my relic and heal him up, because it's just going to make the fight last a really long time. So I'm trying to get a lot of passive regeneration going on. In addition to that, when we go into the fight, I'm going to start right on off with our Big Bang mod ability, and then we're going to swap over to rockets and see how quickly we can generate some mod abilities to keep spitting out explosions. Ideally, it should be a lot. Boom. This is a good amount of damage. 1, 2. There we go. Get a couple shots in there. Another explosion. Let's get away from that. There's another rocket. Another one's ready. We're at 4 stacks on our Big Bang. Let's go back over here. Get a couple shots right there real fast. Get away from that thing. Bang. There we go. Oh! So that's why you want kinship. Is because sometimes unfortunate things like that happen, and then you blow yourself up. I would also recommend don't drink while using explosives. It's not safe. Round 2, here we go. I don't think I can hurt him while he's still like there. I would like to shoot him with Big Bang while he's up like that. But I gotta be careful. I don't want to blow myself up. I also don't want to walk off the edge, because I've done that before. There we go. I mean, just look how quickly this does charge it up. It's like, I mean, one is the Archon ability. Second is the Stone of Malevolence, because the Stone of Malevolence is just really good. And we've got such easy ways of dealing, dealing burning, and then, like, you know, it just makes it so easy. And that's what I like about the Helix, too, is it can kind of split off and hit these extra dudes that maybe normally you wouldn't get. So like that, we hit him, splits off, hits some guys. We get some ammo here. We're kind of reloading a little bit. Helix rocket. Let's get Big Bang going. Boom. Look how much chunking damage it's doing. It's really great. The build is fun, man. And I really like Helix rockets a lot. We're going to circle around this. Boom. And you could get the same effect going with pretty much any other explosive mod, especially if it has charges to it. Like the Rotted Arrow would do the same thing. This is just the flavor that I'm going with right now. Now, once I create some space, we'll use the Big Bang again and watch it do a big old chunk of damage. I could have saved it for when he had those drones actually out. That way, I wasn't having to deal with them at all. Whoa, Jesus. Just off my game, dude. Just off my game. All right, so I swapped things up a little bit. Since we're stuck here on the boss, right? Let's just try out different things. We've got the Rotted Arrow on, our primary weapon right here. So we'll get to see some work from there. And then went ahead and put on the Meridian, because the Meridian is fun. So let's do that. See how it goes. Show you guys, like, how it works with some of these other mods. There we go. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Had some okay damage, and it's already charged up again. So, right, we can go ahead and just start shooting it off again. Chunk. Charge it up again. Dodge over that way. Let's charge it again. But it's not working for some reason. I don't know why it wasn't shooting. Thank you. Shoot. Let's go over here. It's got 5 charges, too, on this Meridian rocket, which is really great. Let that go by. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and just hit some of this. There we go. Get some more. Chump. Whoop. Dodging. There we go. Ah, hey, friend. Oh. I want to get rid of him. Oh. Circle around. Chump. Chump. Dodging over that. Kind of messed up the timing a little bit. That's all right. All right. Let's go ahead and switch over to the rocket. Dodging that. Oh, I was way too early. There we go. Let's go ahead and drop this now just to be safe, because, like I said, off my game, kind of messing up. I don't care to, like, have to redo this over and over again, even though I'm probably going to go down here in just a moment. All right, we're going here. Let's hit him with an arrow. The good thing is, right, it's staying right in place, which means we should be able to get lots of extra damage over time from the clouds, which is really cool. Pump. There we go. Dodge roll here. There we are. Hey, whoa. Huh. I didn't think it was that close. What a bummer. Let's show you guys Prismatic Driver now. Let you see how it does. It does okay, is my thing. The biggest issue with it is you have to like keep on target in order to trigger the explosion. And if you aren't able to do that, then you end up like losing out on damage. Like it's just, it ends up kind of struggling at that point, right? Dodge over that. Boom. Okay. Come on. Whoop. There we go. I didn't get hit. That's good. Oh, let's wait for some of them to come out. Boom. Oh, missed him. Dodge and roll that. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm not really trying to use explosions on those little guys. Yeah, see, that's the issue. See how we were, like, nailing him a little bit, but it just wasn't enough time to, like, actually trigger an explosion. Like, it can do really good if you do it right. Let's get ourselves reloaded. Boom. 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 Ah, please stop, sir. Boom. See, those walls is dangerous. That could have messed me up. Get rid of them. Watching out for lasers. Whoop. Where's he at? There we go. Let's get another one going. Dodge that. See, oop, messing up. Let's drink some water real quick. You know, some nasty water. Get ourselves regenerating even more. There we go. Alright, I'll try not to mess it up this time. Let's just play it safe, right? So the bad thing is too, right? I can't do the stasis or the laser here because it will take so long. I'll never be able to get enough of a shot on him to actually trigger the explosion. So there we go. Good damage. Jump, jump. Get ourselves reloaded. Here they come. Let's go ahead and swap this over and blow them up. One. Keeping an eye on the purple because we heard it going, right? Oh, get away from that. No, thank you, sir. All right, get some critical hits while we can. Oh, rolling backwards. There we go. Get some more. I mean, the cool thing with the Prismatic Driver is it can charge up fairly well when you have that auto mod generation thanks to the Archon. And we're just gonna... Oh, too far. Too far. I don't know why I did that, man. This is what I mean. I'm just like... It's been a long week. It's been a long week, and I'm just not on it. Alright, here we go. Back on this part. Playing it safe, sort of. Let's drop a little crystal or regeneration orb. There we go. Yeah, see, because I knew that was going to happen. Oh, shit. And carefully. As much as I can, because I'm, you know, just choking right now. Blow him up with Big Bang. Bam. Lots of damage. Hit that. It's going to split off and hit them. I really like that. This is my favorite setup, right? The Helix with Big Bang, I think, is really good. It's just been the most consistently performing setup that I've done on this. I think it's objectively the best choice you could do. I think. Don't quote me on that. No! I don't want to die again. No, thank you. There we go. Bam. Bam. Oh, get a cover. No, 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 no. All right, there we go. We got another Big Bang. Oh, shit. No. No! Hey, there we go. Die, please. Thank you. Holy cow. Ugh. Man, I cannot believe I died on that last attempt. I had him so close, and I thought he had finished doing his freaking barrage, and then I get hit in the freaking ankle and die. Ridiculous. Yeah. But this is kind of like... what am I going to say about this build? It's good. I mean, obviously you can see it, right? We're focusing on explosive damage, but it's in its essence, though, this is a mod build that focuses on explosive damage. And it's good, because you get burning. I mean, the Stone of Malevolence is just OP. Running it with Archon just ensures that we're constantly putting out freaking, you know, rockets. And if you really wanted to double down on it, right, on my runes, I've got that all that defensive stuff, but if you put in things that increased or decreased how much your mod requirements were, you could probably even swap this out so that you've got like less mod requirements as well, and you could probably non-stop spit out missiles or something, right? And that would be fantastic, you know? But that's why I say, like, there's all kinds of flexibility in what you want to do with the build. Alright, since we're kind of out here, you know, I'm not necessarily going to go fight another boss right now, but we're going to go fight some random little things and just give you a quick little show on how it can deal with little things. I mean, for the most part, anytime you're dealing with, like, random, like, trash mobs and stuff, it's all kind of the same, because a lot of it just comes down to good gunplay, and it's not so much about the builds. Like, your builds do make a difference, but you can mitigate a lot of the problems simply by playing well. But, I mean, you can say that about pretty much anything. So, I mean, that rocket blew him up right on up. There's the damage, and you can see it does 2 sets of damage, catches them on fire, and then just starts burning them down. It's nice, you know, it's solid. And the good thing with the Star Shot is that damage doesn't fall off, the explosive damage. So even though, like, yeah, my, like, random pistol shot there does a lot less, as long as I hit him with the explosive, or as long as I hit him, that explosive damage is going to be the damage that it is and deal good damage. Let's just blow him up. Look at that. Fun. Hey, that hurts. Boom. Oh, he dodged it. What a jerk. Oh, too early that time. And see, what's nice, the Helix ones, it splits off and goes all kinds of different directions. And then it can clear off little extra adds for you, because it does more explosive damage. It catches them on fire. That dude is somewhere way up above me. Dodge. Boom. Let's swap back over here, except we gotta reload, so that's a bummer. You gotta be careful, right? Because out here in Narud, if you've run around here before, you can easily find yourself getting, like, surrounded and overwhelmed, getting caught in all kinds of crossfire, and it's not good. It's not good. Now, one thing I think I would say, as far as our setup right now and, like, dealing with things out in the open, the Stone of Malevolence doesn't, I don't think it does super amazing against, like, individual small groups of guys, because if they're dying really fast because we're doing a lot of damage, we're not doing a lot of elemental damage right now. We're doing explosive damage, so we're not getting a lot of extra mod power back. Any mod power we get from it is because of that burning effect. So I would maybe even say, like, swap it out for, shoot, I don't know, dude. Something else. Maybe something like just increasing your mod damage some more or something. Just because, or decrease your mod requirement. How about that? A decreased mod requirement. That might be a decent choice, right? And just run off that. Because if you're not getting a lot of mileage out of it outside of a boss fight or, like, elites, then, you know, maybe you should do something else. Alright, we've got an elite dude somewhere. Oh, there he is. Alright, let's hit him, and then those Helix things should split off and maybe hit somebody else. Oh, it's a little guy of what we just fought. Let's just kind of ping them really quick to get some burning effects going. Let's drop this so that if we drop, we're not going to die, right? That's some good damage there. It was like half of his health. We're back up. Swap back to this one. Oh, we need to watch out for that. Blow him up a little bit there. Hit him again. Ooh, there we go. A little bit more. Dodging again. And he burned to death. Let's go ahead and circle around this a little bit. Make sure we're not getting clipped. Play it safe. Boom. There's some damage. We'll just hit him with a level 2. Big bang. Extra dudes somewhere. Oh, maybe not. Something else, I guess. Yeah. So there it is. I mean, that's it. Like, I don't know what else to kind of tell you, show you on there. Maybe the tremor ability or something, but you get the basic idea, right? It's gonna work really well for you. And one thing, actually, I will say, right? Meridian, right? Right here. This thing is a lot of fun in some of the bigger maps, especially if, like, or not even bigger maps, even some of the smaller ones, when you've got guys who are on the ground. Flying enemies, not so great, right? But with some, like, amplitude and stuff, you can just sit there and lob grenade after grenade after grenade, like bouncing it off corners, over little hills and stuff at enemies that you can't quite see, and just get it in the general area of them, and that extra radius from your amplitude trait will really allow you to just basically snipe guys without you having to see them, and that's a lot of fun. I found that very satisfying. So that's pretty much it. There's not really much else to say about the build. I mean, it's doing what it does, right? blows dudes up. Just like this. Just like that. I guess one thing I didn't touch on is some of the mutators. I'm using mod powers, so run mod mutators. That's pretty much it, dude. It's a ghost. Let's drop this. Go over here. Just blow him up a little bit. Alright. Now that's really it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I really appreciate you watching and all that. Let me know what you think down below. Share your thoughts. Share the things that you've done. All that good stuff. So, take care, everybody.